Welcome to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris and Dave. Two firefighters close to retirement telling stories full of comedy, adventure, bragging, and bullshit.
How do you live with yourself? It's not easy.
Discuss anything and everything in this delicious conversational guacamole prepared just for you at the Avocado Studio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris and Dave. I'm Chris.
I'm the victim. I'm the second party.
Oh, my God.
This is so funny.
You know, it's been a crazy week because yesterday we normally record on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
My daughter had scholarship night, which I'll talk about because that was amazing.
Yeah.
And so we didn't record. So here it is Thursday. We're recording. I'm going to have to go in and do all the editing and get the show out to our patrons and everything today because it goes live tomorrow. ASAP. So we're in here. We're getting everything set up. We've got our new studio light, which is like sitting in front of the freaking sun.
My God.
But
It's like a black hole.
Aaron at Go Live Vegas said we need more light.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're happy, Aaron, because we're dying over
Not only
here.
did we get more light, we got a supernova.
I need my sunglasses. Anyway, so we're back here. We're getting the studio set up, mounting the camera, all that stuff. And I get a phone call from my wife. And she said, I just hit David's car. I have a big driveway. And it's a big car. It's a Yukon. And she plunked right into it and just whopped the hell out of his quarter panel in the front.
But that's all right. Because it would take a lot more than that to ruin this friendship.
Well, it's not that. It's a dent.
Maybe the door. Maybe the door would have been it.
And
It's over.
It's over. That's it. Once you hit the door, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to thank USAA. They were very helpful. We did it really fast.
USAA.
You already got rentals lined up, and the shop's already gonna contact us. And
Yeah. Couple of 2x4s and a couple of wood screws. It'll be all right.
it'll be all right.
It'll be
Let me
just
stick
fine.
a plunger on that dent. I
Yeah.
bet you I can pull it right
Why the
out.
hell not? Actually, I was going to, as I was walking to the car to assess the damage, I was
You're gonna hold your neck?
I was going to grab my neck and scream.
Even though we were in a separate building
We
out
weren't even
back.
on the premises.
Oh my! We never would have
Barely.
known. She could have just absconded, and then you wouldn't know because it was dark.
Yeah.
And then when you woke up in the morning, you would have think something happened at your house.
Oh my God, like Tommy Boy?
You
What'd
would've-
you do?
You would have beat one of your kids.
Oh my
Thinking
gosh.
they dented the car.
Shaking. They are in their 20s. They would have shaken me right back.
Give them the old shake and bake.
I would have shaken him. They would have said, "What the hell are you doing, Dad? I'm not even moving."
And you're getting tired.
Oh man. Listen here, Sonny. What the hell did you do? You know what?
What?
It's no big deal. I know that she was a little embarrassed, but come on.
She was really embarrassed, and I wasn't helping either. I wasn't being mean. I was being funny.
I thought you were going to call the cops on her.
So Dave and I are there, and I'm about getting ready to call the insurance company, and it's literally inside the gate,
Yeah.
in my driveway,
Yeah.
and we hear sirens in the distance. I'm like, holy crap! Did you?
Boy.
And I was waiting to turn around and see you with a C collar on,
Boy, that 911 sure works quick.
telepathic even.
They're going to call the fire truck, the EMS supervisor, the RQ,
aerial
the chief,
truck.
the fire chief.
Hazmat,
Chief, he hit my car.
the scuba team,
I can't go into work tomorrow.
the aircraft rescue truck. We'd foam the whole yard.
Wow. Wow. That was quite an adventure. It was inevitable.
adventurous. It was inevitable?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why, because I feel like, it's not completely her fault because,
Remember, I'm recording this.
it is a bit of a,
No.
maybe I should be parking on the outside of your property.
She had a backup camera. And the thing flashes in the side view mirrors if there's anything close.
Warning!
And
Warning!
red lights come on and stuff right in your face.
Yeah.
I think she just wasn't as cautious as she normally is.
I think she'll be just fine. Mm-hmm. The car will be just fine.
It'll be all right.
All right, so
my
episode
baby.
79.
79?
Yes, we're 1 from 80.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, we're almost to your age.
I know. And we have this thing.
I know. We're dying sooner because of that.
We're gonna be half baked.
Half baked?
Yeah, like
I
literally
can't do that. I'm working.
half of our face be like Ross on Friends
Oh yeah.
soon.
Soon? I can't. I got till March. Minimum till March. I promised him a year.
You could have smoked dope the whole year you were off.
I could have.
But you didn't.
I didn't. I even
Not
got
one
offered.
drag.
I got offered multiple times.
know you did.
Edibles. Everything.
So let me ask everybody out there.
Someday.
Let's see if we can maybe muster up 1 or 2 emails, a text, a
Nobody
response.
emails us.
Is weed a thing?
Is weed a thing?
Yeah,
I think it is.
Like if we ask all of our brothers, all 6 people that listen to this show, is weed good or is it bad?
No, it's no more dangerous than alcohol. I mean, I know they'll say, "Oh, well, it's a gateway drug to something bigger." Well, so is alcohol.
Well,
You
yeah.
know, I mean,
Yeah.
nobody forces anybody to take it.
I noticed that Pat couldn't walk a straight line after she hit the car.
Don't say things like that. We just had chicken wings, for God's sake. That's
I
it.
actually told
She's
her-
drunk on Korean barbecue sauce.
I told Pat, I said, walk toward me and put your finger on your nose. But no, I don't know. I more and more, honestly, I get a little bit less excited about the weed.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older.
Seemed like a minute ago you were pretty hopped up on it.
Maybe it's like later on, by the time I retire, it's going to be all decaffeinated crystals.
Sanka?
That's as good as it's going to get.
You
when
can't
I'm-
keep a jar of Folgers in the cupboard?
You can't keep Folgers. Everybody has Folgers. It's delicious. Maybe I'll be the kind of guy
Well, you're that kind of guy.
that eats a
Head cheese?
a blanquillo in the evening with toast,
Blanquillo?
like a little, sunny side up egg.
Oh.
With a little piece of dry toast and some Sanka at about
Some Sanka.
4:30 p.m. and I'm out by 6.
Yeah.
And I'm awake by 3:30.
Cooking up a storm.
3:30 in the morning, causing trouble for the neighbors.
Out there mowing the grass.
Yeah.
In your baby blue shorts and
In
your
my underwear
dark socks and sandals.
cowboy boots.
Underwear and cowboy and your thamper and cowboy
That's the
boots.
shit, bro.
High heels and a thamper.
And then they call the cops on me because it's 3:30 in the morning and I'm weed eating.
And you're eating weed.
And then the cops come and say, "Get pinche onda, get pinche onda, ¿qué quieres?"
All the cops that are listening to this right now are going, man, I hear that so often.
Oh my gosh, you have wow.
Wow.
I gotta. It's been quite adventurous at work lately.
Adventurous, you
Yeah.
say? How? In what way?
It's been bad. I don't want to say specific calls, but there have been some
Types of calls. You talking medical calls?
wrecks galore.
Really?
Something in the air.
Wow. That was the name of the last episode.
Have you ever been to a double rollover? Because I can't remember.
I have been to double. Yeah, with a hit and then they both roll over.
They both
it happens.
roll over?
It happens.
To this day,
Was
I
that your
try and
first double
remember.
rollover?
I think so.
Wow. Congratulations.
At least I just can't remember it. But yeah, I was like, who's what, where, when, who are the victims? I feel like a baseball announcer.
We practically had a double rollover here in the driveway.
Yes, we did.
Oh, my wife. Bless her heart.
Be nice.
And she felt bad. She called and she's
She
like,
did. She did, and that's okay.
I hit David's car and I was waiting for her to go, no, I'm just kidding. I'm leaving now. And she didn't.
It's all right. It's a mere quarter panel. Nothing a couple
I
of
know,
2x4s won't fix.
You should have, and you said you almost brought your old pickup truck tonight.
And I would have said, it was like, I actually had the keys in my hand, and I said, well, it's been out there in the sun all day. I'll take the one that's in the shade.
Oh.
That was literally my deciding
And that's the
factor.
thanks it gets for being of service to you.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
But that's okay. It's still drivable.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, she only moved about 10 feet.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not a huge issue.
No, it's got a dent. They'll replace the
It
whole
wasn't
quarter
like she
panel.
rammed it going 80.
Yeah. I don't know if they go that fast
Although
in reverse.
on your property, you could probably
You could reach
get
those speeds.
88 miles an hour.
Before the swimming pool.
So how have you been?
I've been good.
Let's talk about firemen.
Firemen?
Yes,
Which ones?
it's the sexy ones.
Remember, we're on camera now. I don't have any sexy firemen to talk about.
No, let's just talk about your job and
My
my
job.
job are starting to intersect big time.
They are worlds are colliding.
Worlds are colliding, Chris.
They are. Because we're working on that detail. We're working on the training for it. That's coming up this coming week. I'm almost done with the pool list for you.
Thank you.
It's a pain in the tuckus.
Yeah, wait till I get started on the
I know,
scheduling.
I
That's going to
know.
be a pain in the ass.
I know.
I get calls all day.
Mm-hmm.
Why? And why? And why? And why? That's it. Literally, it's just...
Now it's going to be like, why? You're going to need 2 phones. Why?
Why? And then they just hang up. And then ring. Why? Hang up.
You know what? Those are the guys that listen to the show. That's going to happen now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to
please.
laugh my ass off when the phone rings. Why?
It'll all be worth it in the end. Let me ask you this.
Ask away.
Because I saw that in the news that
that
Title 42 is going to start getting bogged down in the courts.
yeah, they're trying to. Well, we do have cases are coming up,
Yep.
and Title 42, even though it was written in 1944, it was used for that purpose then as well. I forget if it was typhoid or no, it was
Polio.
no, I can't remember what the hell it was. Anyways,
Rickets?
tuberculosis, I think.
Ah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember. I just wrote the whole history about it. I think I'd remember. Anyways, and that was the justification they used to keep immigrants from coming in, and they've turned down like 1.8 million or something like that. So they're all waiting
Yeah.
at different points on the border
Yeah.
to come across.
Wow.
And if they just lift it at one gig, it's gone.
Yep.
It's going to be a onslaught of people trying to get across. They're trying to make a better life for them and their families.
No doubt.
So and I respect that. But
No
it's gonna cause a lot of issues trying to get that many people moved through, because right now we move through between 100 and 300 a day. In the month of April, we did like 6,600 total, which was our highest month since the program started. So we don't know what the increase is going to be like. So today I hosted my first online meeting because the fire chief was out of town. He couldn't host it. So there I am with the Border Patrol sector chief, the port director, the head of the health
Look at
department,
you.
and then the consulate, U.S. consulate from Mexico gets on there.
Hey, look at you.
So, you know what I didn't tell you? He mentioned, and it's not a fact yet, but he says he's hearing stuff about it. The World Kitchen, that celebrity chef that goes, he's in Ukraine, they're all over the place. They're going to set up a kitchen in Nuevo Laredo for all the immigrants because there's nothing for them to eat.
What?
Yeah, all the shelters over there are over capacity. They had 700 people living in the streets outside the shelters. I think they were Haitians, and they've all been, they got bused to Monterey this past weekend to get them out of the sun. So they're down in Monterey, but the shelters are still overflowing. So the World Kitchen supposedly is going to come down, and they're going to cook food for them, which is pretty awesome.
I mean, and I don't mean to be this way. I don't.
Okay.
But I am going to be.
Go ahead.
So this is suddenly Mexico's problem, because these are Haitians. They're from the 3 countries down the south is El Salvador, Nicaragua, and
Haiti.
and
Or Colombia.
the 3 triangles.
Venezuela?
El Salvador, Nicaragua, and anyway,
Trinidad Tobago.
he's Trinidadian and Tobago.
Trinidadian, and he likes to toboggan.
And now you get Cubans. Now you're getting
We got a lot of Cubans, a lot of
you're
Haitians, yeah.
And then now you're getting the refugees from Ukraine, and so my question is, how is Mexico okay with it and we're not? I mean, I'm not saying that they are okay with it, but they're handling it, and they don't seem to be bitching all the time.
Yeah,
They're just
no, you're
doing
right.
the best they can.
Well, they don't have a lot of Republicans over there.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Wow.
They're not living the Handmaid's Tale.
This is insane, Chris.
I know.
It's like I have a refrigerator full of beer, but I don't want to give you not even one.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Unbelievable.
I hear you. So
I had a question for you. It's actually from George.
Oh,
Yeah,
for me?
for us.
Oh, okay.
He goes, I have a topic. That's
Why
how
does he sound like Melania?
In my head, he does. I have a topic for you.
See, that frightens me
You
because
stupid,
now I
you-
picture in your head George and Melania mixed together, and it's just not a pleasant. Yeah.
I have a topic for you, and it's really good because you guys have a stupid podcast, and you're always bitching about both presidents. What would you do if you were the president? That's what he said.
That was his question?
That was his question.
What would you do if you were the president?
Yeah.
Man, so I don't presume to know the answer to that question. I think Biden's doing a hell of a job. I don't think you can have an answer to every question, and that's why he's surrounded by really smart people. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think I would pretty much be following the same path that he's on. At least I would hope so. But I don't feel educated enough to make those decisions.
I think what the problem is that a lot of people, they think that obviously on a smaller scale, if something goes wrong, they go after the fire chief.
Of course. In
our job.
You got the job, you're going to take the blame.
Right.
The buck stops here.
And in case of the president, you're going to go after the president.
Of course.
But a lot of people don't understand that he has to jump through so many hoops.
Oh, yeah.
The courts, the Supreme Courts, the
Congress.
District Courts, Congress.
Yeah.
And before all is said and done, he's got very little power, if any.
I know. And you know what pisses me off is everybody says, oh, inflation. It's all over the world right now. Oh. Every country, everywhere they're paying high gas.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot higher than we are. Yeah. Everywhere they're paying a shitload for groceries. Everywhere they're paying more for this, more for that. Inflation is horrible over the entire world right now.
You know it.
And Greg Abbott's little stunt here in Texas cost us that railroad that Mexico was going to run through here, through South Texas. They're going elsewhere. They're going to New Mexico or Arizona or something. And they're going to build it up there. Because they're like, we can't take a chance on some maniac holding us hostage and, blocking everything from going through. He lost $4 billion plus that whole project.
And then he wants all of the trucks, not, 10% that are inspected? He wants them all inspected, all the 18-wheelers coming through. But and you know how long that's going to take? And these guys have perishable items in there.
Of course. But the biggest screw-up was he was having DPS do it, and DPS does not have, they don't look for immigrants and stuff. They weren't authorized to look for immigrants. All they can do is safety inspections on the vehicles. That's it.
Yep.
So they weren't going to catch any immigrants or anything. It was ridiculous. It was just a whole big political thing. His aspirations as president are huge. To be president are huge, but he's blown all that to shit. Nobody wants this guy anymore.
I really hope so.
There's still crazy people in Texas that want him, but nobody else is going to want this asshole. All everybody sees is all the horrible things he does. May I as well?
Yeah.
I'd like a Bud Light, actually.
You called him an asshole? That was fantastic.
Oh, sorry. Can I have a Bud Light?
This is free radio.
Free radio. You know what I learned in economics class in college? TANSTAFL. Nothing is free. It stands for there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. One way or another.
It does cost.
Are those twist-offs?
That is a twist-off.
Oh, good. Boy, that hurt.
Cheers to the sun.
I know. We got to figure this out. It's got to be behind the camera. I know that. We need a lighting person.
We do. I hear there's about 7,000 of them across the board, and they can just stand there with a light.
We could fix that to a hat and put it on Brian, and he could just move around the room.
Oh, Brian.
Put him in a rolling chair, and he can
here tonight.
Yeah, Brian's fallen ill.
What a weenie. What a grade A weenie. He probably got cat scratch fever.
You know where he went to?
Thank you.
You know what hospital he went to?
Oh Lord.
Weenie Hut Jr.
Weenie Hut Jr. We love you, Brian. We hope you get better, Brian. I guess.
Yeah, he'll never watch this. He only watches the ones he's on.
You think?
Nah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Does anybody watch the one that's just two of us?
Just the two of us.
I think we do a pretty good job, just the two of us.
Cheers. I think we do too.
Cheers.
Okay, so here's what another firefighter asked me to talk about. We do have a fellow firefighter who's going through struggles with cancer. Lots of surgeries, lots of issues, lots of expenses. Even Workman's Comp is giving him problems about it. And they're having a bowling fundraiser for Ruben Rodriguez on May 31st of this year at Jet Bowl North, 5823 McPherson Road. They have already filled up all the slots for teams. I think it's like 27 teams. They sold out.
Fantastic.
But they're still accepting donations for gifts for raffles, for any way that you want to be involved. And you can contact Dean Solis at 956-220-6630 for more information and help us support Ruben with his travel expenses because he goes for treatment all the way up in Chicago.
Yep.
So this is for expenses and for his cancer treatments.
So you can donate a gift, and they will raffle it off there. That's great.
Yes, I think
great.
that's what he's trying to tell me in this text that he sent me. He said all 27 team slots have been sold, which is amazing. Anyone interested in helping with donations and or gift prizes are still welcome.
Wonderful.
And he said, hopefully you can pass the word out on your famous show.
It is famous. Infamous.
Infamous.
We're infamous.
Oh, wait, I still had beer in this one.
Drink it. Oh. You're pretty good at that.
Yeah. Anyway, so what do you got?
Well, I was going to talk about that, and then I was going to talk about I was doing some work today in the house, and I was thinking about my academy days. Mm-hmm. The old academy days, 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Which you were there.
I was there.
I know you were there because I saw you.
You did.
In
you
the
saw me
shower.
naked. You just didn't have your glasses on.
I couldn't see a damn thing. I saw a white
blur.
You look like a cloud.
A cloud?
A bright cloud to me.
A bright cloud.
Yeah. Did you ever pee in there? With all of us?
No, I never did.
You did not.
You're the only one that wouldn't have known. Because you couldn't see.
But all my senses were heightened.
You know what?
I would have
but
heard
you were
it
very
and
good.
I would have smelled it.
You were very good about finding your way around by feel, from what I remember.
Well, there was very little feeling going on. But there was I still remember the showers it was the Station 5 shower, the Station 6.
Which was an old station.
All the asbestos,
Yep.
you name it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think the damage has already been done.
Oh, yeah.
And Station 2. Now, Station 2, I think it had 1 or 2 shower heads, 3 maybe.
Yeah, at the most.
And I remember going through PT, and we would all stand in line.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one guy.
Oh, Basan. God, I know where you're going.
And he would start lathering himself in order to do a quick shower because they wanted us in and out in 60 seconds or whatever, and they were yelling at us and shit. And Basan would lather himself in his own sweat.
It was nasty.
Oh my God!
And he had a good gap of people in the line in front and behind of him. Yeah,
he was always a bit of an odd duck.
He was an odd duck, and he ended up going in Border Patrol. Border Patrol.
He might be at the soft-sided facility.
He may be there. Oh my gosh,
Never
that was
saw
something.
the guy again.
He was lathered up like a horse racing through the desert.
Incredible. But I was remembering, and I wanted to ask you because me and Louie were talking about this last shift. So there was a guy. His name was John Fuentes. They would acquire his services once a month or whatever it was, and he would come out and run PT.
Marine. Yeah,
he was a Marine, and he would come run PT. And I still remember. I'll never forget. Let's see if you can name the names. All right, here's the story.
All right.
So we're all running, and we're on like our 4th mile, and we're all just dog tired, right? And John, being the nice guy that he is, so we're running, and he goes, "Guys, I'm not here to screw around with you, okay? If you're really, truly tired, just drop off to the side and rest. I mean it. Just rest." And something in my head, my stupid 20-year-old brain says, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it."
Trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
So, I don't know, 4 or 5 guys, went out to the side.
Yeah.
And then John says, "Just do me a favor. While you're resting, do push-ups."
The whole time. And it was hot.
It was.
It was August.
Yeah. I can't remember, though, who the guys... Was it Albert? Was it Tony? Was it?
It was a group of them. It was usually Louis, Tony Nanez.
Louis insists that he did not.
Okay, it may not be Tony Nanez.
Yeah.
Joe Ornelas, Big O.
Big O.
And
Albert had bad shin splints in the academy.
Could be Albert.
Yeah.
Who was the other one? Joe Ornelas. I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Those would be my guesses. Yeah. Yeah. He busted me once because he said I cut a corner. I went inside the cone instead of the outside the cone. And I didn't. I still argue with him to this day.
Wow.
I did not. And he made me do like 30 push-ups or something. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, so this was back in 1992 when the sun was brighter and, everything just seemed cleaner back then. I just love my academy. I was too dumb.
We had a great time.
I was too dumb to know what was what. I really was.
You know what makes me feel old is looking at that photo album you have of all the photographs from the Academy, because the photographs are starting to yellow and starting to look old.
They are, my friend.
And I'm like, oh my God.
That they are.
30 years ago.
You should put an Academy picture on the website.
We need to.
Yeah, that would be great to put faces to names.
Yep.
Wow.
We should do that.
Yeah. So anyway, I was talking to Louis about the old Academy days, and I cannot believe December's coming up. For me.
Oh yeah, for retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's asking.
Sure. They're gonna push you down the stairs if you don't go.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Why?
I love it.
I know.
I love it.
Go love your life. You've worked long enough.
Yeah.
Time to go love your life.
Yeah, lately I've been feeling like, it's going to be difficult, no doubt about it. But what I'm trying to do, my goal from here on out is to just kind of groom the guys. You know?
That's not a good use.
name.
That's not a good word to use these days.
Groom them?
Groom them. Yes.
Why?
There's too much grooming going on. So
jeez.
grooming young women and
Oh.
grooming children.
Whoa.
Yes, that's where that comes from now. They've hijacked that term.
Who? What?
The
Whoa,
Republicans would blame people that they're grooming our children and
Back it up.
yeah. Beep.
Wait. I have not heard this.
Oh come on! They use the term watch the news. They say grooming all the time.
Grooming as far as...
That Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend was the groomer. She was grooming to get them to accept the life of being a sex slave.
Gosh.
Yes, that's what they use that term for now.
So I can groom my guys?
Like you can groom a horse. Well, you can, but it's probably frowned upon. It depends on the way you're using the word.
You should see my crew.
I know, I've seen them.
I mean, they're just one handsome man after the
Bunch
other.
of preteen Swedish boys.
I'm telling you, these guys are stunning. And so I wouldn't mind grooming one or...
Hey. Wow. I've been so engrossed I haven't been using any sound effects.
I know.
Have you watched any of our videos?
Yeah.
I find it a little disturbing.
I do too. I really do. It's they're hard to sit through. We need things going on.
Things?
Yeah, things going on, like a dancing bear. Or it'd be cool.
Where the hell am I supposed to get a dancing bear?
Work on it. Like a shelf with a cat on it. Just a live
shelf
cat.
with a cat. A live cat,
chilling.
not a dead cat.
No, just chilling.
Just chilling.
Yes.
We'd have to get them stoned. I could bring my cats back here while we do the show.
We could do that.
They're old and fat. They'd probably just knock shit off the table.
Right here, just chilling.
Yeah.
We need something to, avert the eyes from us.
It's not easy to do.
No.
We are inavertible.
We have faces for radio.
We have faces for radio.
Dudumch. You're listening to the... Did they really just... Whoa!
You missed your cue
minutes.
15 minutes ago.
We're listening to the
Wow.
We're listening to the really, really good...
How hard did my wife hit you in the car?
Podcast with Dave and Chris, and I am dented.
What are we going to call this episode now, man?
Oh, the wreck of the century. It's got to have something to do with that.
Century. Smash Up Derby or Demolition Derby or...
Something like that.
Jeez. I'm going to go paint a big blue 8 on your car doors.
This would have never happened if Brian had been here.
He probably would have hit his car.
Thanks a lot, Brian. He's so selfish.
I know.
He should have parked back there.
I know. Is he still coughing up hairballs?
I don't know. Something's wrong. I don't believe it's a legitimate illness.
Really?
Yeah. I think something happened.
Like what?
I don't know.
Not another cat thing.
I'm going to venture out to say that something's up with the cats.
Something's up with the cat.
Yeah.
The one with the gimpy leg?
Killed another one.
He killed another one?
That's my
Oh,
guess.
that's what you're thinking. Maybe he's like
lying to
made
us.
a nice guisado or something.
He's like,
little stew.
I'm sick. When
And he's really
actually
crying.
burying the cat.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Could you hear shovel sounds in the background? They're pretty distinct.
Oh, it's like a Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got a pet cemetery in his backyard. I don't want to be buried. It's the Ramones.
I wonder if they die and he just flings them by the tail to the neighbor's
That's what I do with birds when I find them in the pool.
Oh.
I'll throw them because it's like
You get birds in the
ranch
pool?
land. Yeah, the other day I found one, and I find sometimes you'll find mice in there, field mice, because where I live there's some ranch land. Field mice. I got bit by a snake.
You did not.
I did. I was in the pool and I stuck my hand in the skimmer because I saw something on the little metal rod on the skimmer basket, and it looked like a big clump of hair or something. So I was going to grab it and pull it out. And it was a snake.
You got bit by a snake.
I got bit by a snake. That's
How
exactly
did that
what it did.
sound?
I thought I made that clear.
The snake went, I'll show you.
It actually went, wow! Jump back.
You had a snake that was
James Brown.
James
He had
Brown.
the slick back hair. It was pretty cool.
ow.
I'm gonna bite your ass.
I'm gonna bite you. Wow.
So yes, James Brown was in my swimming pool as a snake.
Oh my gosh.
Is he still alive?
He's long gone.
When did James Brown die?
10, 15 years ago?
Wow, how did I miss that?
I don't know.
I told you my James Brown story, where I when the cops were chasing him through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
you
there,
actually.
Augusta, Georgia.
That's,
Yeah.
How about that?
That was something. Can I get an autograph?
Look at mine.
Who's that
See
today?
that?
I can't. Is it the?
It's the Great Barry White.
Oh, can't get enough. I was thinking just can't get enough. I thought maybe it was Depeche Mode for a minute. Yeah, it's Barry
Can't
White.
get enough of your love, babe. I love this.
Babe.
I love Barry. I love
Barry is
James.
good. Barry's good.
Anything from Detroit,
Motown,
Motown.
Motown,
Good
Moto.
stuff. So anyway, that was what George wanted to talk about.
What would you do if you were president?
If I was president, in regards to what? Inflation, immigration. Pick a subject.
Pick a subject. He's got a lot of issues going on.
Okay,
Right
let's say immigration.
now. Immigration.
All right. So, what I would do is that I would identify a. There's a word for it. A lacking. There's got to be a better word for it.
A lacking?
Like something that we need in this country.
Something that we're lacking.
Yeah, something
Okay,
that we're
a need?
lacking. Yes.
Like a
so
need.
so they're always bitching about infrastructure, right?
Right.
There it is. Problem solved. You take these.
Oh yeah,
immigrants,
sure, and let them work on the infrastructure stuff.
Because back in the 40s, well, just after the Great Recession,
Sure, that was one of the great highway projects. Yeah.
FDR just
Yeah.
said, "Hey, you know what? Put all these unemployed guys to work."
There you go.
I would do something
now
similar,
we got
and they
highways.
have to work, and they better work, and I'm sure they'd be grateful to work.
And they can earn their citizenship.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that whatsoever. That's a great idea.
I would do something like that.
That is a great idea, but we've got so many assholes in this country right now that don't want to even let them in.
This is what I'm saying. That's the problem. They're fucking racist.
Yet they won't cut their own grass because they want a guy from across to do it.
Unbelievable. And it really upsets me because it's like there is no reason for you to not want these people.
Oh, I know.
They're saying, "Oh, they're taking our jobs." Oh,
They're taking the jobs you don't want to do. Yeah, exactly.
You want to go pick
and
corn?
they're happy to do it because they just want to provide for their family in any way that they can.
That's right.
Yeah,
They
it's
want
just-
a little tiny piece of land where they can work and raise their children,
Sure.
and that's that.
And you know what? I lost it.
I lost my train of thought.
I lost it. I had a good one and I lost it. Damn it. I had a good point to make. And these people that are making these comments about the emergency at the border,
Yeah.
all these things at the border. I've lived here for 30 years. You've lived here longer. It ain't no different than the day I moved down here.
No, it ain't.
Border Patrol's doing their job. If there's a lot of people being arrested, that's a good thing because Border Patrol is doing their job.
Yep.
And they're doing it well.
Yep.
You know, nothing has changed in 30 years. There is no emergency at the border. There is no open border. I mean, we can attest to that 100% with the project we're working on. And the people that are making these statements and making these complaints, they live up in like Minneapolis or something. They've never even seen the border except on the news.
Rapists.
It's ridiculous.
Drug dealers. Yeah. And there's a large faction of this country that's eating it up. I suggest they come around here and they see that it's pretty.
The stupid and gullible.
Don't get me wrong. Their call volume has increased. I have
Yes,
been
it has because so
Yeah.
many people want to come over now.
Yeah. And they're catching them in droves.
Sure.
You know, they're hiding in trailers, they're hiding in vehicles. The thing that really scares the hell out of me is that whenever these coyotes, they're the ones that are bringing them across, they're guiding them across. And these people are being treated like cattle, basically.
Sure. And they're paying a lot of money.
Yeah, it's more lucrative than the drug trade.
Of course. And
Yeah.
the first sign of anything, the coyotes take off.
And they're gone.
And they ditch them in the river.
Yes.
They ditch them wherever they're at.
And to go back to what scares me is that these guys, is that as they're driving, to whatever their destination is, a safe house, another city, whatever it is. They get spotted by a GPS, a local sheriff, a police officer from here, and they start a chase. And they chase these guys through town.
Oh, we've been to so many of these where they end up
And then they wreck, and then you see
everywhere.
a dozen bodies everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And they put these citizens of Laredo in a lot of danger as well. And I'm not talking I mean, the police, they have a job to do. I just wish there was some way to curtail the, these guys should not be driving. Once they take off, once they disregard the stop order by the police, and they take off, there has to, that's what scares me.
Yeah.
Because these people are putting kids in danger. You
Of
know,
course,
kids playing.
of course.
You drive like that through a school zone, you're going to kill somebody.
Where I worked out on Mines Road for all those years, we would get, because it was right on the river, there was a lot of Border Patrol chases.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing I ever saw, and they would always end up in a rollover and everybody would scatter, the ones that could.
Yeah.
The craziest thing I ever saw, and it was close to my retirement, was we went to one of these rollovers and there was a dead guy.
Yeah.
Mines Road, and he's on the side of the road, and he's laying perfectly like if he was in a coffin. And right at his head is a cross. And I don't know if they do this in other places, but here, if one of your loved one dies in a car accident, they usually put a cross there.
But it wasn't.
And it was all decorated. It wasn't his. He had landed in the exact same place as the last guy. I don't know if that guy was also part of a Border Patrol, or and I'm not saying Border Patrol's at fault. They're chasing the people to apprehend them.
Sure.
These people are doing anything they can to escape, and they've got packload of people in the truck.
It's a policy issue.
Yeah, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But that was one of the most disturbing things I remember.
My God.
That was weird. We all looked at it and we're like, holy crap, how did that guy land perfectly right there in front of the cross?
And it's, oh God, I don't even know why I should say this. Because as soon as you said that, I pictured Bugs Bunny, because in one of the cartoons, somebody was killed, and I don't know if it was Bugs Bunny himself, and he hit the dirt so hard.
Oh yeah,
that he
yeah,
actually was buried,
Yeah.
and he hit like a
Like
cross, and he was instantly buried.
Yep.
That's
I remember
horrible.
that. And that pretty much, but the guy was on top of the ground.
Oh my gosh.
That was odd. But anyways, these people deserve our respect. They deserve our help. They're
We
trying to
really
make a
do.
better life for themselves and their family.
Yes.
And right now, the people that they're apprehending, the only ones that are coming across are unaccompanied children, or if it's like a mom and her kids, or if it's a dad and just the kids.
Yeah.
Single men, everything like that, they're being sent back across.
Yeah.
And they're waiting over there.
Yeah, I just saw an article or a report today on the news that they interviewed this lady from probably Nicaragua or one of those countries, and sure enough, she said that the reason she came was because she was being chased by drug gangs, drug cartels.
There's bad
So
stuff.
it's
man.
either that or, risk your life and try your best to get over here.
Yeah.
But it's over there. It's life and death, and we should be gracious enough to say, you know what, come on over. We got tons of jobs.
That's how our country was made.
Yeah.
There were no Americans other than the Native Americans.
I don't get it. I don't get it why half of the country doesn't want them, and what the reasoning is behind it, because it can't be anything other than racism. Because
exactly.
they think, okay, fine, you guys are taking our jobs, you guys are taking our our money, our livelihoods, and you're moving in, and we don't want you. It's like these old All in the Family episodes. I don't want you living next door to me. Why? Because you're black, or you're brown, or you're Cuban, or you're Puerto Rican. In the end, what difference does it make if you're a good person? What difference does it make? Why do you got to look at the other guy's color and his upbringing, and you got to go back to his history and say you're not worthy?
Yep.
I don't get it.
And then the people that are doing that
Yeah.
are the ones that, when their history comes up, they're some bad people.
Watch out.
Really, really bad people. People in glass houses.
Yeah.
And they're throwing out all these terms, insurrection and all this
Yeah.
other stuff, and I'm like, I don't think you should be using that term, because people are looking at you, Papa.
That's right.
Anyways,
Wow. You're listening to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris and Dave.
that was very authoritative.
I'm starting to get into the
A little hot.
Let's go march.
You've been watching Putin or what?
Oh.
Let me do my spiel. I gotta plug.
By all means.
I gotta plug, and then we'll get back to Vlad.
Plug that shit.
Plug that. Let me plug that shit. That's a little off color. Anyways, so remember, you can hear the show every Friday at 6 p.m. Vegas time. That's right, Vegas, baby. And 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Go Live Vegas free internet radio app, which you can also download to your Alexa. You can hear it in your house. Alexa, play Go Live Vegas, and you'll boom, there's Chris and Dave.
Yes, you can.
And their app, their free app is available. People are watching on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. I lost you. You totally blew it for me, man. And you can also, at the same time, find it on our website, www.didtheyreallyjustsaythat.com. You can see the whole history of all our shows. Don't recommend number 1. Number 2 is one of my favorites, but number 1 is just me with the birds chirping, testing the equipment.
Phone.
Number two is on the phone. Number 2 is on the phone.
I gotta go back and check that out.
It is good. I like it. Wow. It's one of my favorites. It was pure Chris and Dave. That was the whole funeral one. Anyways, yeah. And you also now can catch us on video. Also on Go Live Vegas. You can watch our videos on Go Live Vegas Twitch, Go Live Vegas Facebook Live, Go Live Vegas YouTube Live, Go Live Vegas everything live. We're everywhere. At our show plays on Friday at 6 p.m. Vegas time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you can also find the video version on our website. It's really cool now. You look at our website, which again is www.didtheyreallyjustsaythat.com, and you have an option of looking at the video version or the audio version. We love it if you look at either one of them. If you like the show enough,
that's what she said,
that you want to contribute and help keep the show going, because we do have costs for equipment and monthly fees and hosting and all these other things, you can, and cameras and stuff, so that we can do videos in this crazy black sunlight. You can click the support the show link on the website, and you can turn a little bit.
No, I don't want to.
Away from the light.
It doesn't make any difference.
Well, we'll move it next time. And you can click the support the show link, and you can become a monthly patron, which means you contribute a set amount every month to the show and earn things like free early access to the show every Thursday, which means I got to work tonight. Our patrons all get the audio version, and later on they'll get the video version sent to their email box. You get it early, and you can become a guest on the show either in person or by phone, and you also get shout outs on the show. As well as, if you do not want to become a monthly contributor, you can do a one-time contribution through our Buy Me a Coffee or Buy Me a Beer links, and you can, in $2 increments, contribute as little or as much as you want. We appreciate everything.
Do you have any shout-outs? We haven't had a shout-out in a while.
We haven't had a shout-out in a while. The last one that we did was for our friend Heidi Stager. She sent us some coffees, and she told us that she sent us an O. Henry bar from Sue Ellen Mishke.
Still waiting for it. I really want that O. Henry.
I don't know if it's good to send an O. Henry bar in the mail to Laredo, because after it sits in your mailbox all day,
and you know
it's going to be. I hope it's in a plastic Ziploc bag.
Yeah, these mailmen, they'll just leave it on your doorstep and take off.
You step on it, set it on fire. It's like do you ever do that when you were a kid?
No.
You fill a paper bag with dog turds.
Never.
You set it on fire to the neighbor you don't like.
Such a great.
And then they go out and stomp on it.
Yeah, that's. There's a word for it.
Douchebaggy thing to do.
White rural pranks. Around here, we just shoot your house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
it is true.
It's I encourage everybody to come visit Laredo.
I thought you were going to say to light the dog poop bag on fire.
It's an extremely non-diverse culture. Mm-hmm. We are not diverse.
Not at all.
You're a commodity.
I'm as diverse as I am an oddity.
Yeah.
There's about 7 white people here.
I said commodity. You said oddity. But no, I mean, it's around here. If you're not bi, you will not succeed.
Wait, what? Is that why I'm being held back so much?
You're not bi.
And you're shooting higher to new levels?
Bilingual. Mm. The interesting thing about Laredo is that you pull up to a drive-through to order a burger.
Sure.
And they'll just start going off in Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Bienvenidos a McDonald's. ¿Cómo le puedo ayudar? And you're like, I'd like a number... ¿Una qué? I'd like a number 1, please. ¿De qué? ¿Con fries? ¿No quieres con fries?
Con fritas, papitas fritas.
Yes. And it's a weird thing because... And I'm not making fun, but I kind of am, because we need to lighten up. this blend of English and
Spanish. Spanglish, we call it.
Yeah.
Or Tex-Mex.
Yeah. ¿Lo vas a querer? ¿Va a querer un Dr. Pepper? Oh, I'm sorry, un Dr. Pepper. And you're like, a lot of times you're like, you know what? I'll just
Coke,
gamble.
Coke. I'll just gamble.
Whatever
Yes.
she serves
Just
me,
say
I'm
yes.
okay with it because I can't understand her.
See me, I get fortunate enough when they want taco. We have this great Mexican.
Oh.
I don't even want to call it fast food. It's authentic Mexican food, and they have a drive-through and everything. Taco Palenque, and I love their food.
Yep.
But every time I go, I get that guy on the mic, and I swear to God, it's like, ¿Qué onda ese? ¿Qué le pasó?
Oh my God! You better be nice to that guy. ¿Qué chingos quieres? ¿Quieres un number one? Ahorita te voy a matar a la chingada. Oh my God!
You're gonna translate that? Maybe you shouldn't.
No, I don't. If you understood that, congratulations.
Oh my gosh!
You want another one?
I love taco. Yeah, one more. I love Taco Palenque, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's not Taco Bell.
I think I want another Bud Light.
Yes.
For some reason, I got a taste for Bud Light tonight.
Good job.
But
get
no,
the beer
it's
next
definitely not Taco Bell. It is authentic Mexican food.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
it's nice
legit.
because it's like homemade. It's like the Mexican food when I first moved here and stayed with my in-laws.
Yeah.
When my mother-in-law was up making homemade tortillas every morning and all this other. That's the kind of food it is.
very
It's
authentic.
good stuff.
Oh hell yeah! And a lot of people, when they're coming in from out of town, you got to take them there because they're like, I want authentic
Yeah.
Mexican food.
Well, that's when you go to Palenque Grill, which is also owned by Taco
Owned
Palenque.
by- yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
they
like
are.
their fine dining restaurant.
Yeah.
And the food there's fantastic.
Yeah. In that case, they have beans with salt.
Frijoles con sal.
Con sal. I don't
And colgate por tus dientes.
Por tus dientes. Boy, I tell you, Laredo is fun.
Laredo is fun. I love it here. I love it here. So I have a topic,
You do.
and you were kind of leading me into it earlier, and I think you said something that reminded me of it. I think you were talking about it.
But the showers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's where you were going with it.
Forgot.
It never. I know. Me too. I got diverted when you started talking about naked firemen and
did.
soaping and lathering, and I just got a haze, and you know.
If
I
anybody
was
out there wants to see a soapy fireman
naked,
by
lathered
all
up with
means,
sweat.
do not look at this podcast to quench your thirst.
Yeah, we're over that age. Yeah, you don't want to see that anymore.
It'd be more like a sponge bath for me and you.
Anyways, peeing in the shower.
All right.
That is my topic for today.
Interesting.
Peeing in the shower. The reason I bring this up,
Where are you going with this?
and she'll kill me if I talk about it, but when my daughter was little,
Yeah.
she said, Daddy, I really gotta go, and she's in the shower. You know, we get all three kids in there to go to the shower.
Sure.
And she was the last one in there, and she's like, can I just go here? All right, go ahead and go. And she went. And then apparently maybe it became a habit. I don't know, because I remember my wife going in one day going, who peed in the shower? Because she didn't wash it down.
Kind of has to be on.
Yeah. You can't just go in there and pee in the shower. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. Why are you naked?
That's fantastic.
But anyways, did your kids do that?
I'm sure.
Right?
I'm sure.
Do you do that?
Occasionally.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's like every once in a while you're
You
like,
just want to stand in a puddle of your
I'm
own
just
urine.
so exhausted.
Really?
And you know what? Yeah, I'm not getting out of the shower.
There was a whole.
I'm sorry.
It was a side story on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know, George peeing in the shower.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. But this is not a habit.
no,
This is like a blue
when
moon thing.
when it has to be done.
Yeah. Or all of a sudden, you know, that prostate swells up and you're like, I ain't gonna make it.
So I mean, they're all pipes. George was right. They all go to the same place.
They're all pee pipes.
They're all pee pipes.
It's not like they come up through the kitchen sink and all of
Right.
a sudden you're drinking pee-pee water.
Because if that was the case, you'd be drinking your bath water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know, it goes from the shower head. Do you drink the shower head water?
Yes, of course. Everybody does. Remember Kramer did that too. Oh, I
Yeah.
drank too much water in the shower. I've done that too, where I get out and I'm like real full.
Yeah.
Why did I drink
my
so much water in
gosh.
the shower?
Yeah, because it's a combination of air and water.
Yeah.
You know?
And you can change the pattern on it. And
Sure.
something.
Now let me ask you this. This is an interesting question. Are you a face the shower head shower, or are you faced away from the shower?
Oh, I'm a
head?
face in the shower.
Really?
Face in the shower head, yeah. I'm so to the point where I get that mammalian. Have you ever induced the mammalian diving reflex?
No.
We've read about that in paramedic training, where with cold water, especially, especially when it hits your face, it causes your everything to close up so that you don't inhale water.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've stuck my face in the shower when the water was cold. I love doing that, and it's like, and I couldn't breathe.
What the hell, Chris?
And I'm like, oh my God, that's the mammalian diving reflex.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
How about that?
That's something.
Welcome to paramedic.
Welcome to paramedic 101.
You still remember? Are you still certified?
No, and in fact, the stupid thing is, it was when I retired. It was COVID. We didn't even have a damn party for me.
No.
But you made my last day great.
Oh.
I finished all my CE, and I was making fun of you because you still had to finish yours because we had to certify at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I left and never did the rest of it because it was hard getting the fingerprint appointment because you had to go somewhere and get fingerprinted with COVID. And,
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm never going to use it.
Oh.
So I let it go.
Do you regret it?
No, I haven't. I mean, I'm not where I work. I don't need it.
So you don't regret it?
No.
Huh. Well, yeah. I mean, believe it or not, I'm still like at 63%. The same as when I left.
When were you due to recert?
Well,
because I had to do it in January.
Yeah, in January, I went and talked to Mark, and Mark, as an instructor, I was an instructor, so I don't have to do CE.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was doing them.
So
I didn't have to.
Right.
I shouldn't have. But
you automatically just reserted.
Well, but the good thing is that I have 63% for the next one.
Oh, good.
So I might just
for 4 years later
finish them up and.
You'll be already retired.
Yeah, but I meant I might be at the ranch and.
You can still do it.
I'd be like, holy shit! A snake just bit my ankle. Thank God I'm certified.
Thank God I'm certified. Well, all right then. Oh my God.
Oh wow. You're listening to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris, Dave, and the Light.
The light from hell.
Wow.
That was my birthday present from my wife.
It's beautiful.
She loves us so much. Christmas, she got us the big engraved tumblers with our faces on them.
Oh, I still use that one.
And then now she gets me this. It's really big.
It's really bright.
It goes up higher. Maybe we should have put it higher.
Hey, do you think you can go up and then angle it down?
Yes, I can.
Maybe.
We'll do that next time.
All right.
Yeah, we can't do it right now. It's almost time to go.
Because, you can make...
I know, we're getting shadows, and I hate the way it looks.
Yeah.
I can see them there.
We don't even need that.
No, technically we don't.
What does it look like?
But I don't think it's really making a difference. It's overpowered by the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to say something.
Oh, well, please.
I would like to say something.
I would like to say something.
It's bright in here.
My peoples.
I would like to say, my hat's off to you, and I would like to cheers you.
For?
Because I had that meeting with you today, and I feel like there is no better person that I would like to be working this closely with than you.
Oh, thanks, brother. Cheers. I feel the same way. Cheers.
I really do. I really feel. I thought we had a really productive meeting on the phone today.
We got it under control.
We got some stuff done.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Everything's good. Everything's good. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. So last night, did I already talk?
Have you ever shit in the shower?
No. Actually.
Oh no!
One time, I had the flu so bad that I was vomiting and had diarrhea at the same time. I would literally sit on the toilet, let it all out where you're like, ain't nothing left.
Yeah.
And then I would have to throw up, and I would have to stick my face. I'm trying to flush it while I stick my face. It got to the point where I finally and it wouldn't end. I ended up in the hospital. I ended up giving up, and I just went and sat in the shower with the water on and just let everything out. I had no choice.
No.
It was easier to clean up in there than it was in the other room.
Look, corn.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the deal with corn?
What's the deal that you can see corn exactly the way it is coming out
as it was going in? Yes, but minus the cob. In most cases.
In most cases.
There
are some. Sickies out there.
There are some sickies out there. So what I wanted to talk about, probably not a great segue, but my daughter Madison, who's been accepted to Baylor University, had her scholarship night at school last night.
Yeah.
And is a shout out to her entire class because they made an announcement at the end after they announced everybody's scholarships that we were eligible for. But this senior class is eligible for the most scholarships of any class in the history of the school. Was over $12 million worth of scholarships. Can you believe that?
Bro.
Cheers.
Wow.
Man.
Wow,
and there were 3 that got accepted to Baylor, and Madison's the only one that's going.
What a legit class. And good for her. Congratulations.
Her best friend was a valedictorian, and he earned $266,000 to the University of Chicago. And his brother goes to UT with my son.
Sure.
Yeah.
University of Chicago.
University of Chicago.
What was he going to?
I believe it's software engineering or data analysis. I can't remember what it is, but it's very technical.
Fantastic.
But so yeah, it was amazing.
Wow. Good for them.
Good for them. They did a good job. I'm so proud of my daughter.
I still remember I would go to, when I was on the credit union board, I would we would kind of divide up all the high schools, and we would go to scholarship night to present the $500 from the Laredo Fire Department Federal Credit Union. Right. So I still remember we would get up on stage, and they would call each student up, and when a daughter or son of a firefighter would be receiving ours, I would get up and present, and we'd take a picture. So I still remember one time I was in my Class C uniform, which is the one we wear every day. Right. And I was sitting there, and I was sitting next to a Marine in his dress uniform. And I looked at him, and I'm like, oh my God. This guy looked...
Yeah, they're flashy.
He looked like a shiny penny. And after that, I said never again.
You wore your Class A's?
I would wear my Class A to represent. Good because one thing that I do remember, I still remember thinking that wearing that Class A uniform, the one with a tie, it's such a somber thing because I've been to so many funerals.
Yeah, and that's why we mostly have them.
Yeah, and then I said, well, why don't we do this for a happy occasion, a graduation,
right, exactly. That's a good
scholarship night,
sure.
Something like that.
Sure.
And so I started wearing it for at least that, but yeah, I still remember, I've worn it to so many brothers.
Of course.
And it's just a terrible thing when you're putting it on and you know where you're headed.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh.
There was about four or five students that got that scholarship last night. My daughter was one of them. It's up to $750 now. So they get $750, and then
fantastic.
One of them, whoever, they don't actually award the scholarships until after graduation.
Yeah.
Because they picked the one that had the highest GPA, and they get another $750.
That's exactly right.
But they gave her a really nice, like a
binder,
portfolio, or like what do you call them now? Padfolios, like it would use for business or for school or something. Like real nice with a whole bunch of stuff in it, and she was real happy with it. Man, it was
beautiful.
great. It was
so great. And I loved when I was doing those, seeing the first of all the kids, but seeing the parents and talking to them, and they're so proud, and I did it for my own sons. It was so great. I love. That's one thing that I guess I was so privileged to be a part of. Being part of the credit union board, being part of the pension board. You learn so many things, and you learn. It's like learning a new language, And so lately I've been trying to train my guys in financial security, because we both know that the pension is very fluid.
Of course.
And the changes are very fluid, and we're coming up on more changes, which is going to affect me personally. But I continue to tell the guys, if there's guys out there telling you that this is unfair and this is not right, make sure that they're telling you this, because this pension board is for the long term.
Exactly.
It is forever.
And these young guys are just starting out.
Yeah, if they're telling you not to vote,
it's because they're trying to get you to vote a certain way to benefit them.
That is exactly right.
Yeah.
So be careful, guys. If you're listening, be careful what you're listening to, who you're listening to, because this is an infinity pension.
Yep.
And if changes need to be made, and if somebody loses out, like me personally, I will be losing out, but I still support the change.
It's got to happen.
It's got to happen.
We're through one of those transitions, like we always say. We're going from a young department or an old department to a young department again.
It's for the health of the plan moving forward,
so that there is something for them moving forward. And you're also encouraging them to start at 457. I hope.
I definitely am.
Yeah.
Every time, I tell them, look, if you think that what the plan is now is guaranteed for you 25 years from now, it's not.
Right.
So there's going to be
take care of yourself.
A lot of changes. So take matters into your own hands.
Yep.
Start your own accounts.
Exactly. And on that same note, I just found out, speaking to our academy mate, Deputy Chief Chris Hughes, the Deputy Chief of Training.
Sure.
Come January, they're going to get the test again. And they're going to run 2 more academies.
That's right.
So you've got twice the chance of getting in on the same list.
January.
Yes.
I had heard it was going to be in October, but now you're telling me it's
last I heard was January.
Fantastic.
But they're leaving the academy and they're earning $80,000 a year. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
That's great. I mean, you know.
Because we came in and we were earning $17,500 a year.
You start to sound like a brother. I remember when we were earning $17,500.
There was no light. There was no water.
Because that asshole governor.
Who was the governor back in '92?
Was it Ann Richards?
Was it?
Might have been. I can't remember when she was governor.
Wow.
But yeah.
I
Democrat.
believe you're right. I believe
Democrat.
you're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, so please, guys, listen, the young guys, do your homework, get on the board. I encourage that too. Run for the board, get on the board.
Sure, get involved.
And you know, a lot of guys ask me, you know, why didn't you stay on the board? I said, because I truly believe that 2 terms is good enough. Because after your second term, you start to get a little bit, things aren't so black and white anymore. You start asking yourself, why am I voting for this? Is it for me? Is it for fun?
Exactly.
So I withdrew mainly to preserve my name and make sure that I wasn't doing anything that was going to hurt the fund. So I truly believe in a term limit.
Yeah. And there should be term limits with everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of term limits and judges, have you seen that, of course, because of the leak that happened with the Supreme Court on the fact that they're going to overturn Roe versus Wade,
right?
There are protesters at all of the Supreme Court justices that were involved in the writing of that, and Judge Alito, who is the chief Supreme Court justice,
right,
is very unhappy because there are these peaceful protesters outside of his house. But did you know that Chief Alito's neighbors are giving the protesters wine, cheese, the use of the bathrooms in their houses, and all kinds of food and refreshments, man? How cool is that?
Oh my gosh.
I heard that and I had the biggest smile on my face.
It's a funny thing because the other day I was watching the news and there was some protesters outside Brett Kavanaugh's home.
Oh, yeah.
And I told Erica, the first thing I said was, man, I'd hate to be his neighbor. Apparently not.
Yep.
I can't believe
that's
ordering
pretty cool.
them pizzas.
That's
awesome,
man.
Here, hey, there's a cooler full of beer. You know,
keep it going.
You guys go all night if you want.
Keep it going, baby.
Wow.
Just try to keep the noise down.
Jeez.
So,
in a little while, the band is going to set up over there.
We've got U2. You know, U2, Edge and Bono went to Ukraine and they performed in a bus station or train station.
Yeah, those guys are just the greatest
awesome?
of all freaking time.
I know, I love them.
The Edge and Bono, man.
Edge and Bono.
Wow.
The Edge. I always say that from the Red Rocks concert in my head.
The Edge.
This is the Edge.
Oh, man. Yeah. The other day we were looking at some concerts to go to because it's starting to,
concert season, yeah. Well,
yeah, I might go back down.
Mucho cuidado.
But I did see, and that's like a bucket list for me, to go see a concert at Red Rocks.
Oh, I know. Ever since I saw Under a Blood Red Sky from Red Rocks live, that's amazing, man. Yeah. On TV, of course, because on MTV.
Absolute bucket list for me.
Oh, yeah.
To go see a concert.
How awesome would that be? And they were the perfect band to play there, too, for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Love it. War was one of my favorite albums. Boy in War, growing up. All right. Well, we've pretty much hit the mark there.
We hit the mark.
I'd like to say one thing before we get off the air. Yo hablo español, pero es español de gabacho. Yo hablo poquito español, pero es español de gabacho.
What's happening?
I speak a little Spanish, but I speak white people Spanish.
Are you ordering through a drive-thru now?
I love that guy. ¿Qué onda este? ¿Qué onda?
That's very threatening. Nothing, sir. I would like a number 1, please. Por favor. Wow.
Con papas fritas. French fries. All right. So for the Did They Really Just Say That podcast and the guy from the Taco Palenque drive-thru, I'm Chris.
I'm Dave.
And what's our message? Yeah, stay out of the sun.
Yeah.
Jesus, we gotta figure this out. Right now, we're gonna extend it and get it higher, and probably hit it on the ceiling fan and break it.
We brought the sun in here for crying out loud.
I know. It's not like it's still 95 degrees outside. All right. You all have a great evening and take care of each other.
We love you guys.
Thank you for listening to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast. You can hear more on our website, didtheyreallyjustsaythat.com, and everywhere you find your favorite podcasts. As always, the drinks are on us.
Wee!
That was a good show.
That was fun.
You know what I noticed about you and I?
What?
Never, ever, ever a concern for dead air.
Nah.
Never. It's so weird.
Never.
That is like rare. Like lightning in a bottle rare.
My tailbone hurts. I must have, I don't know when I bruised it, but
You were
I
getting
can't sit for
You were getting fisted.
No, I was not getting fisted.
Ow!
No fisting! Look,
See? Hey.
that might be better, right?
That might be better.
And
Ooh.
I don't know how, this thing's pretty heavy. I don't know if it'll hold it. They make all this stuff plastic. We'll be doing the show and it'll just on top of you.
Remember that time outside?
Yes, I do. My iPad's all scratched up and that light got broken.
Oh, the line.
Yeah, remember?
It works.
Yeah, it works. I can turn that one on you too. Is that better? That might be actually
Might be
better.
better, yeah.
I think it lights up everything a little bit better that way. Okay, but I'm going to rotate it back up and lower it for storage purposes.
Your gift got here today?
What? Really? Why did you
But
bring it?
I did not. Because I have to do something to
Because I
it.
was afraid someone was going to hit my car.
No. It got here, a buddy ordered it, and you're going to love it.
Awesome.
But I have to do something to it.
Can't wait to see it. Ready for this? This is how we used to do it. This is how we did it.
This is better.
It's much darker. I know, I like it like this when we were
Yeah.
doing the audio.
We
This
were
was
just doing
perfect.
the audio.
But we have to have the light.
Well,
Because you wanted to do video. Ah! Ah! Man, that meeting today
Yeah.
went really, really well. In fact, the first one that got on there was Chief Langstrom, and he is the Border Patrol Sector Chief. He was the guy that was in charge of Del Rio when that whole shitstorm happened.
Right.
Very respected man, very powerful. And he's only seen me once.
Yeah.
So he was the first one to pop on there. I said, "Good morning, sir." He said, "Good morning, Chris." I go, "Yeah, I'm the assistant emergency management coordinator, and Chief Hurd's out of town, so he's got me I'm doing my first, hosting my first meeting today." He goes, "I'm sure you'll do just fine." So it was cool as hell. The only thing I screwed up on was I told Chief Hurd, he told me this is the order I usually call on people. But he just gave me their organizations. I'm like, "Give me the names of the people." He's like, "Well, I never really know who's going to be there." So the port director, who's the guy with the leather sofas and everything in his really nice office for CBP on the bridge,
Yeah.
the head of the whole port for customs, he was on there and I didn't know his name. So I said, "Is there a representative from CBP that would like to speak?" And he said, yes, Chris, I'm the port director, so-and-so. I'm like, "Oh," and I should have introduced him that way. But unfortunately, I didn't know his name,
Yeah.
and he didn't have his whole
But you
name
do
on the
now.
thing. I do now. And Chief Hurd gave me a compliment. He called me afterwards. He said, "How'd the meeting go?" I said, "No, it went great. Everything went perfect." And he goes, I told him all about the meeting. He goes, "That's what I told my boss when I wanted to hire you, to get you hired." He said, "This is a guy that's going to go into a meeting with all these heads of divisions and everything, and he's going to be able to speak to them and run a meeting."
Wonderful.
So that made me feel good.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know, and that's not... You know what, Chris?
I did not stop the video. It's still going.
Shave some of that.
It's still going. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to have Aaron do it.
People do that in the Laredo.